Good morning, everybody. Hey, this song's just stuck in my head. I'm on the radio. That doesn't work right now. Spotify was jamming. And it got stuck in my head, and I was like, I want to hear that song. I started singing it this morning. Of course, after I did my daily reading of the word, I was like, oh, yeah. Yes. Being spoiled. Yes. So, little Bruno Mars is on the brain this morning. So, I'm going to just keep playing a little bit of music, wake everybody up. Um, So once I started one Bruno Mars song, I just kind of started listening to a whole bunch of them. I was like, I forgot how good his stuff is. It's the groovy. Just how he puts the beat together, the groovy beat. So anyway, I have a dance background from years ago. So I hear good music. I just started dancing. It feels good to get up in the morning and just dance. All right. So we're going to give everybody a few more minutes to hop in here. Some people it might be too early for. Okay. The streams will be saved, except for IG, of course. Be gone in about an hour on that platform. But everywhere else, you should be able to see them still posted as a recorded video. And I wish I could get that out of my face. Thank you. Is it me? Us. And I'll agree, baby. Right. All right. So we are going to talk about some grants today, and we're going to talk about some interest-free funding that you all can take advantage of. Just want to wake everybody up for a minute. Grab your coffee, pop a squat for a minute, and listen to some options for funding for your project, your cause, your small business. There are so many options out there. So I'm going to share just a few. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. Anybody out there remember in the early 2000s when we used to go out? Yes, to the club. Um, oh goodness, Java is trying to make changes right now. I'm not the best time, Java. Anyway, we used to go out to parties and clubs. We always had that man who interrupted the song. DJ Smooth. I got to crack myself up. Used to be like, dang, where's the dude come from in every single song? Of course, it's not the same dude. It's like, this is what DJs did back then. They might still do it. I haven't been to the club in forever. I don't know what it's like now. I know you used to get irritated. You're trying to dance in the middle of your groove, and then some dude comes on like announcing his brand. Like, bye. Okay. All right, let's see. We are here. Let me get back over here to my StreamYard. Okay. Thing that I want to tell you about today. I'm going to get started with. So, hoping that you all can hear me good. All right. So, as far as interest-free funding and what it can do for you, for your personal cause, for your business cause, for your nonprofit, or if you're an advocate for a group or organization, there are different things that interest-free funding can do for you. And number one, that is, if you are just starting your cause or business or organization, it is capital that you don't have to pay back. It's a headache you don't have to worry about interest accruing on it. And that's really the big plus to it, is that it is available to you. You just have to know where it is and how to go about applying for it in a way that the funders will actually say, I think this person or this organization is worthy of this money. Okay. So there are certain things that they're looking for when funders are looking at applications for grant proposals. There are certain things that they're looking for and certain things that they frown upon. We'll say that. Certain things that they frown upon. So when you are looking for grants, there are a plethora of different sources that you can simply Google and find grants. Some are, complimentary for you to search on their websites. Others require a fee for you to get onto their website. And one of those is Candid. Candid requires like $500 a year. Grant Watch requires $200 a year. There's others that require like $2,500 a year just for them to tell you where the grants are, because they have a liaison with a lot of foundations, with a lot of corporate entities that give out money and grants and awards. In order for them to make money to advertise to you that they are they have these liaisons and they know about this money, this interest-free money, they charge you a yearly fee. Some of them monthly, weekly, quarterly, but most of them are yearly or monthly fees. So Candid is a good one. Grant Watch is a really good one. I really like the founder is a woman, so it's a woman-owned organization, and I like her story. Being a former educator myself, which is what she was, and she gets it being a mom out here trying to make things happen. And plus, she's from New York, so she kind of had a little grit about herself. But there are lots of other organizations that have grants, such as grants.gov. I'm trying to think, where all do I go besides just, once I start researching, I'm a researcher by heart. So once a door opens up, I click on another link and another link and another link. Let me see if this will let me share, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. Let me see. Screen layout, picture in picture. Well, it might not let me share with you. Oh, yes, it will. Okay. So let me see if it'll let me share with you. No, I don't have slides. Oh, they're saying screen sharing is best with 2 monitors. Look for the share audio. Okay, so let's see if it works. If it doesn't, then I'm sure somebody will let me know in the comments what it was like for you all on your end. Let's go over here. So I had this inkling to look up Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation like yesterday, randomly in the middle of the day, and I didn't do anything about it. I was just like, yeah, I know they have a foundation, but I just didn't do anything about looking into their foundation. And then, as I normally do, I wake up super early, so I'm normally up 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. do my prayers, read my Bible, all the things. And then something said, go and look up Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And once I got there, I saw why something, I know what something was. I know why the Holy Spirit was like, let's go. I need you to get over there, look and see what they have, and get familiar with what they have. So if you can focus here on the white part of the screen, this is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And excuse me, on their foundation, of course, you can see that they have, move this over so I can see the full screen. They have grant opportunities listed. Now, this was the tricky part. So once I got there, then I started looking. Let me fix this really quickly so I can see my screen. Okay, it doesn't want to stay. So once I got to this page, then I said, oh, awesome, they have grant opportunities. Not so much. So once you click here, I love that they have it open up in a new tab because I hate having to go back and back and back and back and find out where I left off. But once you click on that, it takes you to a portal that says log in or register, as if you already have an account with them, or you already have applied for a grant and you're just checking on the status type thing. So I went ahead and went through the process to register. As you can see, my name is over here. But there's, of course, no applications because when you click on view programs, there's literally one of one programs on one of one pages. So they're not doing a whole lot right now. And I'm going to show you something else that kind of validates that. But the one program that they do have just doesn't fit my cause, I should say. So they have one program, and somebody out there who's listening, this may totally fit your cause because you might be in healthcare or the medical field. So this one is improving cost effectiveness of TB screenings. And so when you click on more, they explain to you more of what it is that they're looking for. They give you the link to apply. When the grant writing process or grant submission process began, which was last month on the 21st, and when it will close, which is tomorrow. So the World Health Organization is involved with this. So this is a pretty darn big deal. And they're looking for an organization to go through and have something set out regarding TB screenings. So they tell you how they want you to approach everything, what they want the expected outcomes to be. So although this is not money that you have to pay back cash for cash, although it's money that does not accrue interest, some grants, not all, but some grants are going to want you to do certain things once you get their money. So they're giving it to you to go and do something with. Some grants say, hey, and you may have seen some of these on television where they get like $25,000 instead, huge, awkwardly big check. And sometimes some of those are, you just won $25,000. Congratulations, enjoy your life. And that's it. Others are going to say, yay, you got $25,000. Enjoy your life. Come back to us in a year and tell us what you did so that we can, tell other people on our board of trustees or whatever, what was done with the funds to show how we are contributing to the community, right? Because they contributed to the community via you. Now, there are others that are going to be like this. They are going to be very, very particular, very, very specific on what they want you to do with the money, how you're going to, transact the money, who you're going to give it to, what the purpose and cause is going to be in the community, especially with something like TB screenings, which affects the health of our nation. So actually, this is not in our nation. So this is projects in Asia consisting of the following countries: Bangladesh, Cambodia, China, India, Indonesia, Pakistan, Philippines, Vietnam, and Nepal. So, and for whatever reason, they're wanting to go there, maybe because of people that come here and travel from these countries, or they're immigrants to this country or whatever. Maybe it's just a global cause, because if you ever go to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation website, you will see that a lot of their causes are global. So they do have some US-based causes, but they do have a lot of global causes as well. So I don't know the ratio of how much one to the other, excuse me, but I know that they have a lot of global causes from what I got to see in the research, and of course the rabbit hole that I went down when I was researching them. So, and again, it'll tell you all of their evaluation criteria, how it needs to be aligned, even the percentage of how it needs to be aligned. Yeah, they're extremely particular, which is good, because then you know exactly where you stand. You know, you don't have to question, and you don't have to. Excuse me, not have to, but you won't have room to, lack of better terms, half-ass anything, because you'll know exactly. I mean, it's laid out to the T. 13% right here, what they want you to do. 20%, 15%. Like, this is what we need to see. And successful submissions will look like this. So, and here at the bottom, it says, be developed in close collaboration with national health authorities with a clear pathway from evidence to policy articulated, and have an estimated duration of up to 3 years with a budget up to $1.5 million USD. So this is a long-term project. And then they go about and tell you how to apply and what they're looking for, and probably answering some questions that are common questions that they receive in other grants similar to this one. So one thing that a lot of people don't realize is, yes, grant money is available. It's out there available to you, and it's interest free. But applying to grants, just reading through this and making sure that you get every single detail down to the T and dot your I's is crucial. Because if you don't, then you've wasted however many hours, however many, typing WPMs you've done, however many pieces of paper, or, electricity, putting everything together on drafts on different computers. You've wasted a bunch of time and energy and effort to get it to the funders table, and their panel is looking over your stuff and they're like, they didn't follow these 3 key things that we clearly stated in all of this. They just didn't even do it, and they're going to toss it off. So it takes time. It takes meticulous paying attention to detail. You have to pay attention to detail and be willing to do what it takes to get the funds. If that's something that you are so inclined to do for a cause like this. So, but I just thought that was interesting that Bill and Melinda Gates give a lot of money. We know them as being very wealthy people, but they give a lot. And I'm wondering if I have open all of the things that they have given, because that is what I started looking at. And I was like, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. These people give a lot. So I don't know that I have it on here. Let me see. Maybe right here. Nope. Let me go back a page, annual reports. There is a page that shows everything that they have given before, and it might be under grants data. Yeah, here we go. So I think I've already downloaded it. Bear with me as I pull it up for you. BMGF, Bill Melinda Gates Foundation. Here we go. So I highlighted some of the ones. Hopefully you all can see this. Can you all see this? Let me see if you can see this. Oh, darn, you can't see this. Well, you can't see this, and I apologize. Let me see if I can change it. I'll change it to this screen so you can see what I see. You can see what I see every day at Warren G. I know I changed the lyrics. I know. Okay. Window. Here it is. Boom. Okay. So this is this outlines for you every bit of money funding that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has ever, except for 2022, 2023, and so far in 2024. For some reason, this stops at 2021. So for a foundation that big and for the amount of money that they have and give away, maybe it just takes that long to get these things updated on this as you see here, it says July 15th, 2024. So I don't know. I'm just a messenger. But look, so this whole column here is everything that was given in 2021 on down. And look how small the feeder is over here. This goes all the way down. Oh, there's 2024. I didn't see that earlier this morning. So great. We get to see 2024 and 2023. Earlier, I saw 2009. I was like, oh my gosh. This is going back. Oh, yep. Here we go. 2005. See, I didn't lie. 2005, 2009. They show you all the money that they've given away. Even way back then, they were giving away almost $1 million. Wait. That's $9 million, right? Yeah, $9,602,735 to a middle college high school national consortium. So these people have been funding a lot of things, and this was right here in the United States of America. $9 million was given away, and this one down here is almost 10 million was given away to another entity in the United States. So I don't know how much. Most of those were United States of America. There's a Switzerland one, America. But 2024, let's just go back into that because I'm excited that we found it this morning. And there's 23 too. Okay, great. So I'm glad they proved me wrong because I was kind of wondering. I was like, I wonder why they don't have that up there. So they just flipped it for some reason. Instead of putting it at the top, they put it at the bottom. So maybe an intern did it. So here you go, July 2024. This one, for instance, this is going to Nigeria, Africa. And this one is, I think that is 10 million. If my zeros are being counted up correctly, it might be $1 million. And then 300,000, United States, Public Awareness and Analysis for Learning Disabilities. New York Public Radio, Funders for Lesbian and Gay Issues Incorporated, that's United States, but also global. Skill Up Coalition, Issues Inc., Hispanic Federation, Fund for Public Schools, only 72,000 for that, and that was for the state of New York. The Global Center on Adaptation, Innovations for Poverty and Action. I'm curious what they did for that one. So it's about over 7.7 million. So yeah, they give a lot of money, and I'm not like saying that they're sitting there writing the checks. Their foundation gives a lot of money. And I think that's pretty commendable. And it also shows all of the different initiatives that you can go through and apply for. If they don't have a lot on their website, if I were you, what I would do is get a hold of this spreadsheet and go to these different organizations and find out, what was the process to apply? What time of year did they apply? How long was the application process as far as like the pages that were necessary to apply? Ask questions, and find out. I don't mind doing that kind of thing. I kind of chuckle because I remember being a kid that asked a lot of questions. But it helps for things like this, because if you want to be able to not just get to the page that says there's one grant opportunity available, clearly they do more than that, even in just this year, but their fiscal year could have ended. Their fiscal year might have ended in July of 2024. So maybe that's why there's nothing else going on right now. So this one did catch my attention because I did see this on another page, Community College Association of Texas Trustees. And they do a lot in Austin, Texas, because, that's where they spent a lot of their time when they started off with Microsoft. But this one here is rather small, but it's almost $300,000 for that particular initiative. And they have so many that they have done, yes, this year, but also in the past. So much has been given out. So my point being, if you were to go in here and look at some of these organizations, of course, go to them and ask questions about how they apply and how they got the money from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, but also what other type of funding did they get? Who else do you all go to get funding? We're starting up a K-12 program that we want to, this hypothetical, that we want to make sure that it has an International Baccalaureate Foundation, and we want to be able to target it to young Black girls and boys and young Hispanic girls and boys to be able to have that education what did you do to go about doing that? And these people could be in South Dakota. I just randomly pull that out. And Texas. So it's not like competition, because as you can see here clearly with these dollars that are going out, there's plenty to go around for everybody. It's just, what are you doing to go out and find that money and apply to get that money? So it shouldn't be a mentality of a crab trying to pull somebody else down, or I don't want to share that information. And if you run into those people, then hang up, call back and speak to somebody else, or call another foundation and speak to them, or call another organization or nonprofit and speak to them. But typically, people who are in this world understand that there's a lot of money that is left on the table every single day, every single month, every single quarter, every single year, because a lot of people just don't even know that it's there. They don't even know that it's an option to utilize. So I would think that it'd be in your best interest just to go through and get a hold of that document and look at a lot of the things that they have to offer on there. So I said I was going to point out 3, but I clearly gave you, I think on that form, there's, oh my gosh, 5,000 or 6,000. It was ridiculous. Like, they have so many on there. And just go through and ask what it is that they do and see if it aligns with your particular initiative, and find out what they did to get awarded the thousands of dollars that they got, and some of them millions of dollars that they got, because it's out there. It's available to us as long as we know how to go out and procure it. So some other ones that I did want to mention to you that I think are super duper awesome are the Amber Grant for women business owners. So if you are a woman out there and you own a business, go look up womensnet.net. And they have an opportunity for you to get some grant funding that they literally give out every single month, which I thought was awesome. So literally every month this year so far, they have on their website different women that they have provided funding to. And I think that is an amazing thing, to uplift women and give us that opportunity to get the funding that so many of us need, because we have great ideas. We are, we're innately people who can handle a lot. And whatever your a lot is could be different from somebody else, but we can handle a lot of different things, life and, kids and being a teacher, and also having a side business, and also writing a grant because you can't afford a grant writer, or whatever the case may be. Like, these women, and creating your product or creating your service, women can do a lot of different things. Not take anything away from our male counterparts, but being a woman and being a mom of daughters who will be women, I see all day, every day, that we can handle a lot, and we're just kind of wired differently. Again, not taken away from our male counterparts, but I think it is what it is. So Amber Grant for women business owners, every single month they are giving away $10,000 grants. And the American Association of University Women, they give out anywhere from $2,000 to $50,000. So go out there, get your money, honey. It is available to you. So figure out what your mission is, if you don't already know, what your vision is, what your project is going to focus on, your actual budget, and put it together. Get it in front of the right eyes, like now. That particular TB screening grant is due tomorrow, and it's pretty extensive. So you would have to already have a lot of things already put together, like your needs assessment, your executive summary, your budget, your all of your statistics about, the research that you've done. All that would need to already be maybe on a thumb drive and the cloud, and you can pull some things, copy and paste, put it together, and make sure that you meet all of what they're asking for, because they were very, very particular. The percentages, 20%, 13%, 15%, how they want you to talk about certain things. And all the grants are going to be specific. I can tell you that. I mean, I applied to something earlier this week. I'm trying to remember what it was. I can't think of exactly what the grant was, but I just remember that they wanted you to answer one question, and you had 1,500 characters, not words, 1,500 characters that you could answer in that particular block. And then the next one was 750. And you have to pay attention to that kind of thing, because those types of things, you might be like, oh, they're both 1,500 for this same submission, because it wasn't one of those it wasn't one of those grant proposals that required several different pages. It was literally an online submission form. So you could go in and think that everything is, going to be kind of seamless from block to block as you input information, but really they have specificity, things that they want done in a particular way. And if you don't abide by that, they're kicking it out. They don't have time, because the deadline for like the TV screening one is tomorrow. It's going to take them 4 to 8 weeks to tell you yes or no, because you're not the only one applying to it. Like every small business owner may not be applying to it, but there's enough that are applying to it where when the funders are sitting at the table or the board of trustees are sitting at the table looking over this on their panel and looking over, 150 other ones, it takes time. So a lot of them even have a screening process where they'll put your grant through an AI system and really kind of do like the initial screening, find out how much of it is authentic. And from that point, it goes into maybe an EA's hand or an intern's hand. And they do some other screening that they're looking for, like maybe grammatical mistakes, misspellings, maybe the margins are not right, little things like that before they put it in front of the people who are the decision makers, because the decision makers don't have time. They don't have time to be messing around with you because you figured, oh, I need to get all my points on this particular paper, and they want 12.5. I'm just going to make it 10 and I'm going to squeeze the margins out. They won't even know the difference. Yeah, they will. They will, because this is what they do for a living. Like, this is what they do. So they're looking over these and they need it all to be uniform. So when they're looking through 150 applications and those 50 that don't match the criteria, kick them out. And then there's going to be 25 that aren't even eligible, but they applied anyway, kick them out. So now we're down to, out of the 150, 75 are kicked out. Now they have 75 to look at because they had the screening process go through and put on their table what is fitting the bill for this particular grant that they're looking to award to someone. So that's some information for you all about interest-free funding, and just one place where you can find some interest-free funding opportunities. And you just got to be good at researching. So clearly going to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation website, you have one opportunity that's available now. But if you go through that spreadsheet, there are tons and tons and tons and tons that were awarded this year. So if you really want it bad enough, if you know that there's an opportunity for you and your foundation deserves something, your nonprofit deserves something, your small business deserves some interest-free grant funding, then go through, call those organizations, ask them questions, find out who their program manager is, find out who their, director of funding, their CFO, whoever submitted that grant proposal, find out who that person is and talk to them. Could I take 5-10 minutes of your time and just ask you a few questions? Again, these are people that are working too. They're not working for you. So be mindful of their time and already have your questions ready. I think that, too, have your questions already ready when you get to these people because they have limited time. And I hate to say that because we all have limited time. We all have things to do. We're all busy. We all have families of some sort, whether we birth them or whether it's just extended family. Like, people have things to do. So when you are using people's time, make sure that it's efficient. Don't waste people's time. So anywho, I really hope that was beneficial to you. I hope that you got something out of that. And that that one last nugget, foundations are awesome. I absolutely love foundations. I will always plug for foundations. I love what they signify as far as being organizations that are typically family-based. And I thought this was kind of cool with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Let me see if I can get back over there. Share screen, window. Here we go. I thought this was pretty cool when I was looking through, and I was like, oh, well, look at that. Because at first I saw this name and I was like, wait, senior, who is that? And I was like, oh, he does look like Bill Gates, but that's his dad. So, which I didn't realize. And I hope I'm right. I don't know if Bill Gates, the one we know, has a son, but I don't think Bill Gates has aged that much. So I thought that was Bill Gates that we know, his dad. And then, of course, in my mind, Uncle Warren Buffett. I was like, of course they're sitting on the advisory committee. They're part of the leadership. These are people who definitely know a lot about money, honey. So, great foundation. Wherever they stand politically, all that jargon, set it aside. If you need funding for something, and they have a lot of good causes that as a former educator, and then being a mom of three young children under the age of 8, I really value that they have so many things that go towards education. And whether it be education for high school, going out into the world, high school, going off to college, people that they even have one for people that were incarcerated to get them skills training to go back into the world. So this live has been 36 minutes so far. So what I'll do is cut it short now. And if you all want to hear more about some of the ways that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, how they are utilizing their funds, then I'll be happy to do another video on that, because it really kind of opened up my eyes as to what they're doing in education. And not just education is what I'm employing for. There are some other things that I think need to be there needs to be a better infrastructure for, and that's really what I'm launching my nonprofit to do. But yeah, they had some great things. But go out to Amber Grant's foundation, the Amber Grant Foundation, I should say. Look that up on Google. I think it's womennet.net or womensomething.net. And then the other one that I mentioned to you all, which was American Association of University of Women, that gives out $2,000 to $50,000. So the money is out there. It's on the table. Go and get you some of that money. All right. And of course, always, if you all need help or if you have any questions, you can always go to miajuliana.com. I have complimentary discovery calls that I can give you while they last. And tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central, I will be on to have a Discord meeting. So if you don't know Discord, type it into Google, get the app, download it, get your username, your password ready. And the link to the event should be somewhere in this setup, because I put it in, but I don't see it right now. Presently, I'm looking all over the screen. I don't see it, but I know I put it in when I set up this live. So go to that link and just let me know if you will be planning to attend that. It will be a free, kind of like this, but allow for you to ask questions live. So it'll be 9 p.m. tomorrow night, which is Thursday, July 18th. I'm looking at the date, July 18th, 9 p.m. Central, because I'm in the South of the United States. So I should say Texas, because Florida is also in the South and it's Eastern time. So I'm Central Standard Time. So come and hang out, ask some questions, get some clarity on what interest-free funding is, how to go about doing it. And I think it might even be beneficial for us at some point, depending on those of you that come into the live, we'll call it a webinar, a workshop or whatnot, to do like each one of the forms that you have to do typically for a grant, because it can get pretty convoluted, and we're not going to go through every single detail to put on there, but to give you an idea of what's going to be expected of you. So I think that'll be really important for you all to see. So come on in tomorrow on Discord, July 18th, 9 p.m. Central. And there should be a link on my website too, miajuliana.com, to join the Discord. Should be a little tab that says join the Discord, and you can join on there. You can also go to Facebook and you can click on that link, and just come kick it with us, okay? And get some questions answered about interest-free grant funding and how to go about getting some for your business or your cause, all right? So you all have a great day, and be looking for some more content from me, because my big thing is interest-free grant funding, especially towards nonprofits, to help you get rid of student loan debt. Okay. So they tie in, even if you may not think so, they do. All right. And once you get out here in the world and you realize that funding is, you've been laid off and where is the money going to come from? You realize there's other ways to get money. So these are some of the ways that you can go about doing that. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, 9 p.m. Central, Thursday, July 18th. Go to the Facebook link, which is somewhere in this setup for this live, and get your Discord account set up now. Okay. All right, you all have a good rest of your day. Hugs.